Good Wednesday evening, high school sports fans. Joe Gilloway with Lingelstown Gazette Sports live from the Orchard Street studio. And this is episode number 20 of our new podcast, Gazette Sports Chat, where we'll get to know participants from various realms of the high school sports world. The student athletes who play the games, the coaches who coach them, and others connected in different ways to the entire experience. We'll introduce you to tonight's guest in just a moment as soon as we're done thanking those responsible for bringing you tonight's show, our Lingelstown Gazette Sports Platinum sponsors. And they are Rickaball's Electric, Payor Apparel, Ted's Bar and Grill, Freedom Financial Wealth Management, the Tire Mart, Team PA, AAU Basketball, Tonino's Pizza, American Legion Post 272, Hoffman Ford, Capital Region Insurance Agency, Modern Imprint, Sam Hartley Decking, Crystal Bob at Howard Hanna Real Estate, and Underdog Sports Bar and Grill. Thank you to those great local businesses for their continued support of Lingelstown Gazette Sports and our area's student athletes. Upcoming on Gazette Sports Chat later tonight at 8 o'clock, we're going to do a really cool, it's a high school football championship trivia. This is kind of an idea I hatched a couple months ago, and I got two men from Western Pennsylvania. These guys are, I think, like District 7 guys. But leave it up to the Whippeal guys to want to get involved in this, and I think they're gonna put on a show. But we have these guys squaring off for some super difficult and super fun questions. They all are related to Pennsylvania and PIAA high school football and championship football specifically. And so that's at 8 o'clock. So stick around or jump back on at 8 after we're done here, and then. This coming Sunday at 6, one last time until next season. It's our high school football recap show, the state championship games episode. Week 16, we have 16 shows now and 16 weeks after this Sunday. And we're going to have our regular guest or our regular panel of experts along with our guest panelist, Coach Ford Chapman. Ford's always a very informative, very entertaining, smart guy, fun guy. We love having him on the show. And he's a 3-time state champion in football. He was a quarterback on the state championship team, an assistant coach, and a head coach. So who knows more than a guy like Ford Chapman? We're also working on a girls basketball recap show, and we are right now building like our panel of experts. We could use another man or woman that knows a little bit about girls high school basketball if you want to jump in and join us there. So let's bring our guest in. Tonight's Gazette Sports Chat guest is a Central Dauphin class of 2025 track and field athlete, a sprinter specifically, who has already carved out a Hall of Fame high school sports career with his senior season still to come. He's recorded gold medal performances at most of the state's most recognized and respected events, finishing last season as one of the fastest athletes in the history of Pennsylvania high school sports. Just days ago, he made his college choice public, and we'll discuss what went into that decision, along with how he got to this point and his goals for the upcoming season and beyond. It is my pleasure to welcome in a very fast young man, and by all accounts, an outstanding young man outside of the track he competes on. Central Dauphin High's Gabriel Scott. Gabe, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, yeah.
Oh, doing well. I'm glad to have you, man. I'm excited for this.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, certainly. Let's have a little bit of fun here. So, let's start with the obvious question. Okay, there's things I sat down to prepare for this, and I know like some of the other sports a lot better. And I thought, what kind of questions do I ask a sprinter? And I thought, just ask him stuff that you want to know, that I want to know. So a lot of this stuff that I'm interested in finding out for myself as well as those that are viewing tonight. Why are you a sprinter? I mean, were you always fast, or did you become fast? I don't think I think speed's something you got to kind of be born with. I don't think you could just make yourself fast. But how did you kind of become a sprinter?
So first, I was a long jumper. So I started off as long jumping because, like, when I was younger, I used to be slow. Like,
okay, all right.
Yeah, I used to be slow. Like when I was like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, especially running in like AAUs and stuff, everyone used to beat me and stuff. And then after I did jumps, I switched to hurdles because I was still like not as fast as I am now. Mm-hmm. So then I switched to hurdles, and then I was good at hurdles, but then I got injured, and then I was like, I don't really want to do hurdles no more because I'm like, I'm not really grasping the concept. And then I switched back to sprints because for some reason I just got faster over time.
Okay.
Over the years, like from like mid teens, I just got my speed just increased and
Did you
just
feel yourself getting faster? Could you tell?
yeah.
So
Hmm.
yeah, I that question, I'm so glad I asked it because the answer turned out to be the opposite of what I figured it was going to be. I thought you were going to tell me you were the fastest kid in the world at age 5, and then you became
Nah.
faster and faster, and so you kind of evolved to this point, I guess,
Yeah.
and kind of by accident a little bit, I guess. You didn't say, "Hey, I'm going to be a really world class sprinter here when I get older." So. Um, Now, did you grow up running competitively? When did that all start? I know, like, if you play baseball or football, your dad buys you a glove or your mom, and you get started with that like 6, 8 years old. But do you start competing in track and field at a young age?
Yeah, so basically my mom was a track coach, so she had her own track team and she had her own AAU track team, which is like a summer track league.
Hmm.
And then at track practice, I will always like run around the track and stuff. And then she just puts me in meets I think my first meet I was like 6, and it was like this little kiddie meet, and like it was only you run like 40 meters, 40 yards
Right.
and stuff. And then after that, I just stuck with track because like it's something that I loved, that like
Good.
I love doing.
Yeah. You just answered my next question. I was going to ask you, do they have like clubs, like equivalent, like AAU? Basketball has AAU, soccer and softball, they have what's called travel. So there are clubs outside of competing in school then, right?
Yeah, there's two. There's AAU, like you just mentioned, and then there's USATF. So there's two
Okay.
leagues of track.
All right. So
Yeah.
you don't have to wait to get started. You can start at a young age.
Hmm.
Okay. So Susquehanna Township's Lex Cyrus, he got you in the 2023 District 3 championships, right? He came home with gold. You finished 6th. You turned things around last season. I have to talk about this. I had Lex on the show. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah.
But you guys are the story, man. I mean, usually you just have one like world class sprinter in an area. We have 2 around here. You edged them last year, and you took the gold. Congratulations for that. And but talk about your relationship with Lex Cyrus on and off the track, and how you've made one another better at your craft.
So basically, we ran summer track at the same time. So like when we was younger, we used to like race each other and stuff, and we was on the same team. And then I think we was like middle school or like 11, 12, 13, 14 around that time. So I've been racing against him for a long time, and then I used to always beat him. So then and then in high school, I guess he just got fast, and then yeah, he used to beat me. But our um relationship is cool because like even during track practice, we will always push each other during reps and stuff and see like who would always beat um one another and stuff. So
Do you
it
feel
was
like you
good.
guys have made each other better, knowing that he's kind of out there hanging around a little bit? You know that if I'm going to win, I'm going to have to beat Lex Cyrus.
Hmm. Yeah.
So that's I'd say that's a good relationship for both of you to have, and you're both graduating together. Now you're not going off on a football scholarship, are you?
Nah.
Okay, I know that. I know that Lex is. We're going to talk
Yeah.
about your scholarship here in a moment. Take us inside, Gabe, the mind of a sprinter, where there's typically no room for error from the starting block to the finish line. It's not like other events where you may have time to like make up for small errors or missteps, right? You gotta have to pull it off from beginning to end when an event only lasts like 10 and a half seconds, right?
Yeah.
What are you
So
thinking when you're stepping into the starting block? What's going on in your mind? Are you trying to make sure their mind's cleared out?
yeah, I mean, in the starting blocks, what I think is I try to calm myself down and try to be like, I got this, and now like breathe in, breathe out, just to like get all my nerves out. I got this. And then once I do like a start out or like
What's a
a
start
push
out?
out, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
What I was going to explain what a push out or a start out
Oh,
is.
that's like when you get in your blocks and you kind of like do a start, but it's not full speed. It's
Right.
like
Okay.
it's to get a feel of the track.
Right. Okay.
So once I do that, I just fill myself up with confidence. Like when I enter a track meet and I'm warming up, listening to my music and stuff, and from that point to when I race, I'm building myself up with confidence. I'm telling myself I can do this. I'm just getting myself ready because I know that in practice, I already I already prepared for that event, for that meeting, and that I know all I have to do is just execute.
Right. You've brought yourself to the point where all you have to do is get a good start and run the fastest you can because you've prepared and gotten yourself in a position where that's all that's left, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you finished second last season in the PIAA state championship, correct?
Yes.
By 1/100th of a second. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay,
but
just now, 1/100th of a second, even for a track race, is not much time. Okay,
yeah,
for the folks at home and for me, how much space is 1/100th of a second? I mean,
that's like toe to
almost,
toe.
yeah, nose to nose or toe to toe. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get any closer than that. I don't think. Um, what? Tell us a little bit about the guy. The guy was from George Washington, right?
Oh yeah, Sean.
Did you know Sean going into the race?
Yeah, we would well he ran summer track like I did. So I used to like I knew his face from summer track. I just never talked to him.
Sean McCullum, I think his name is
Yeah.
McCullum.
Yeah, like I knew his face from like summer track when I was like younger, and then like I didn't really know him until I think till 2 years ago or last year. And then I just put a name to a face, like, oh, Sean, I knew him from way back.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but
Did he graduate, or is he
nah,
coming back?
he coming back.
So arguably the three best in the state are all coming back from last year.
Yeah.
Well, that'll make things interesting. Now, what's it feel like? I mean, you won a lot of events, a lot of meets last year. You got a lot of gold medals, but that's the one that probably you would like to have the most. What's it feel like when you know you finished second, even though you got really close? I mean, is there any kind of happiness for the competition or? Um,
I mean, there was. I mean, I won it first, but I knew that I had nationals coming up, so I was like, okay, I didn't win it here, but I can get it back during nationals.
right.
So like, I didn't really dwell on it too much.
You know why I asked that question? The young man who just got the gold medal for the U.S. in the Olympics. You would probably know who he is, right?
Oh yeah, Laos, no Laos.
Yes. Well, he thought he lost. I don't know if you knew that story. And he embraced the guy that he thought, because it was very, very close. And he embraced his competitor, thinking that that guy had beaten him. I guess he gave him a hug. I watched the race. And at the time, I thought, boy, what a great sport he was. That he was, you're not elated for the guy that beat you, but he had enough. He was on a worldwide TV, and then he found out that he won. Like seconds later. But yeah, he had the kind of the wherewithal and the good nature to embrace his competitor that he thought had just beaten him. So
Yeah,
I think that'd be tough, though. I can't imagine that's easy. Um, Now, do you run indoor track also?
yeah, I did.
I mean, the major difference is one's indoor and one's outdoor, but are there other like smaller differences? Is it just in some cases the wind, or is it a whole kind of different approach?
It's different as in an indoor track. The lanes are more tighter. They're like tighter, squeezed in. So it's kind of hard running on like the curves. You run the 200, 400, especially on the bank track. You got to get your knees up and stuff. So it's a different approach. than outdoor when it's all flat and it's wider lanes. Yeah.
Do
So
you
like
run you run the 200? You also run you just mentioned the 400. Do you run the 400?
no.
That's a different kind of race. It's not an all-out sprint. I ran that in junior high, which is now called middle school, and I wasn't anywhere near the level you are. I mean, way far from your level, but I did it, and that was a tough race. That 400. They call it the middle race, where you're kind of sprinting, but you're kind of pacing yourself too. And so you run just the two sprints, right? The 100 and the 200.
Yeah, but I mean, I can run the 400. I just don't like to. But yeah,
Now, what don't you like about that? Since I mentioned what I think of it.
I feel like it just hurts too much.
Yeah, it does. It's
Yeah.
a true middle race, and if you don't pace yourself just a little bit, because a lot of people they want to sprint the whole way through, and you really can't do that. You get caught at the end. So let's talk about conditioning. All right, nutrition, conditioning, rest. I'm sure you have to rest. I think more than most other sports, it seems as though in track and field, your body is like your temple, right? Can't really mess around much. Do you pay attention to your diet and making sure that you get enough rest?
Um, I pay attention to my diet during the season,
Okay,
but mainly my diet is terrible.
is it really?
Yeah, it's terrible. I need to
Your
work on
college
it.
coach might watch might
Yeah.
watch this. I think once you get off to college, they're going to keep a little bit of a better eye on that, probably, huh?
hmm
I see your dad. He said he was never slow. LOL. He must have heard that question. Hi,
Yeah.
Chuck. Thanks for joining us, Chuck. Um, and then how about rest? Do you have to kind of make sure that you get more rest? Because I know a lot of kids, and I was one of them. I'm up all night and going almost no sleep at all. Do you have to make sure that you're rested, especially during the season?
I feel like I mean rest is good, but it's like kind of hard to sleep before like a meet because your nerves and stuff are
Your
going and stuff.
mind is racing, isn't it?
Yeah. So I mean rest is important. I mean like after practice and stuff, I just go straight to sleep. But like yeah, before track meets is just I don't really get like that much sleep.
Yeah, you're a young man, so your body makes a better comeback than the rest of us. I
Yeah.
remember being your age where you can do more on less sleep. Okay, so here's the big news. You recently went public with your decision to attend Mississippi State to continue your academic and athletic careers. SEC top track conference, or inarguably it is. Period in the nation. Why Mississippi State, and what brought you to that decision? Because I'm sure there was more than one offer.
Yeah, so I chose Mississippi State because they had better facilities than any other school that I went to. And on the track side of it, their coaches, I like their coaches. I'm not saying I didn't like the other schools' coaches. I like theirs because like they didn't really because I kind of felt like they were trying to welcome me into a family and not just like another recruit,
That's
if
so
you know.
important. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
important.
And then for the academic side of it, we got to talk to a chemical engineer because that's what I want to major in.
Oh wow.
We talked to a teacher, or I think the head of it, and then we got to tour one of their labs. So I guess me getting to meet the teacher and touring the building and the labs that I would be studying in, that helped me make my decision on like which school I wanted to go to.
Did they know
And
that
then
was important to you to take you to the labs like that?
yeah, cause when I choose a school, I want to choose academics and track more than just track.
Right. So what a great
Yeah.
visit you had then, right? I guess the whole thing seemed like it was a really quality visit,
Mm-hmm.
and they're fortunate to have you. That's for sure. Well, talk about your studies though, like your studies now. You're still in high school. How much
Yeah.
time do you have to put into your studies, your classroom work and stuff?
Right now, I have time after school and stuff, but during the track season, it's like a little harder because I mean, I could still get it done. I'll, I'll just get it done later, and then I'll miss school. I'll miss school during the spring track season and like during the winter time because some track meets they're on school days too. So like I gotta find like a balance. But yeah,
So you're going to major in chemical engineering.
yeah.
Dude, that sounds pretty heavy, man. I mean, where did that? I admire you for that. That's for sure. I admire you for being a great sprinter, but man, you just kind of turned it up a notch. What? How did that develop? That's it. That interests me. What made you think like this is something that I'd be interested in?
It developed because at first I wanted to be a astronomer, but
Okay,
then when I looked into it and stuff, now there was really no need for it, and because like
kind of
there's
dying a
already a
little bit.
bunch.
Yeah, you're right, but
Yeah,
it's not. It doesn't seem like a field that's as popular or prominent as it was maybe years ago.
yeah, but then
Astronomy.
yeah, but then I like chemistry and I like math and all that. So I'm like I want to try out chemical engineering because I do want to be some type of engineer or like have some type of engineering major.
So what's your GPA?
Right now it's 4.0 was.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
Yeah.
I don't, whenever I have somebody on the show, man, I get every now and then I get that 4.0 answer. And I didn't know that. Okay. Just so you know, I didn't know that. So I was kind of setting my own self up there. I was hoping it was pretty high. So Gabe Scott ran a 10.4 in the state championships last year, gold medal in districts, and has a 4.0. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just blown away by the whole everything there. So how about goals for the 2025 season? I mean, I guess your goals are to be faster and win more gold medals, right? I mean, they're the ultimate goals. But how do you kind of try to reach those goals? Are there certain things that you're conditioning wise that you're trying to do, or talk about where your mind is now after having so much success already?
I think one of my main goals is to stay healthy during the track season. And then I guess my top goal is to run either like a 10 flat or a 9 in 100 and a 20 point something in the 200.
Mm.
And for me to reach that, I feel like what I'm doing now, I'm doing like strength and conditioning with my trainer because I got a trainer and we train at the Y. So then taking extra steps because after track practice, I go to the trainer and I do like a weightlifting to like I guess keep my body strong throughout the season and keep my body strong during the preseason or like off season. I still weightlift and like do plyometrics, isometrics, and like really try to hone down on my form, especially during my start. Like this whole off season, I was like really trying to like look into my start, seeing like which parts I can fix and like what like do I need to implement like more power or do I need to get my foot off the ground contact or
What
like do I
portions of the race can you find that you can cut time down, right?
yeah like that.
So the
Um,
starts definitely. I mean, what
mhm.
other? Let's talk. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but we're
You're
talking
good.
about trying to cut 4/10 of a second off of your time. This is very interesting to me. So definitely the start. You can cut a little bit of time off the start, and then is there different sections of that race? You know, you're going to start sprinting as fast as you can right away, but where else from once you're done with the start between there and the finish? Where else are you able to maybe cut time off?
I could probably cut time on my off of my finish because I feel like my acceleration phase is good. I guess people say my finish is good, but it could be better.
You know yourself that it can be
Yeah,
better,
it
right?
could be better because I probably need to get my body, especially my core, more stronger, so I can like endure and hold that speed long enough for me to reach those times.
Right. Additional strength is good in any sport. That's for sure. As long
Yeah.
as you keep the flexibility and the speed and quickness and all that. Um, so talk one more thing, and then we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to kind of loosen up here a little bit. When do you leave for Mississippi State, and what's the process like as an incoming freshman? I mean, I'm sure you're going to join your track team right away, but what's that process like? When do you leave, and how do you acclimate yourself or get acclimated at your new school?
I don't really have. I don't know. I don't know when I'm gonna leave yet because they didn't send me no like info or nothing on that. But I guess how I get used. I mean,
Well, you don't have to go early because you're a 4.0 student. So
yeah.
sometimes kids have to report early to take some classes and stuff. That
hmm
wouldn't be you.
So I guess to get like in that college feel, um, I don't really. I guess I could like get in contact with like my roommates and stuff and
You
try
know
to
who
like
your roommates will be then?
no, because we get to choose our roommate.
Okay.
So I gotta I gotta like I gotta get into that and try to like try and find a person to roommate with or something.
It's okay if you don't know everything now, man. You gotta live a day at a time, buddy. That's for
Yeah, I
sure. I'm
don't.
not.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to get an answer out of you that you don't have yet. Because if you don't have to know, then you don't have to know those things. Okay.
yeah.
Well, let's move on to first of all. Before I forget, one of our sponsors is Payor Apparel. They're an athletic apparel company, and we're going to give you a T-shirt. Payor donates T-shirts as a sponsor to all of our guests. What T-shirt size are you, Gabe?
Um, I am a large.
Okay. All right. I'll drop a shirt off for you at the school. Okay.
Okay,
I'll,
thank
I'll
you.
leave it at the. Oh, you're very welcome. We'll leave it at the main office, and they'll call you up for it. Now we're going to transition over to something that we call keeping it light. Okay, Gabe.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a little bit of fun here. Hopefully, this has nothing to do with running. Has nothing to do with Central Dauphin, Michigan, or Mississippi State. Any of that stuff. We're going to learn a little bit more about Gabe Scott, the kid, the young man here. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What is your favorite meal? What's your go-to meal? If somebody says they're going to cook you whatever you want or take you out to dinner, what meal is that going to be?
I guess chicken Alfredo.
Oh
I
wow.
love
Okay.
eating that, especially before a track meet. I love eating that.
Okay. Do you have a place that you like to go for that, or does somebody cook it for you?
No, I usually go to Giants and get one of those like already made ones that just put it in the microwave and eat it like that.
Okay. All right. All-time favorite athlete, any sport, any level,
All time favorite
or an
athlete.
athlete that you like a lot, that you look up to or you respect. What other
Um,
sports do you like? I should have asked you that to begin
oh,
already.
I like. Well, I used to like football, but I don't really watch sports like that.
Okay, then we'll switch gears here. Favorite musical artist.
Oh, for music. Oh, Michael Jackson.
Okay, that's a good one, man. I
Yeah.
love hearing that. My son, he's in his 30s, but I always hoped that the Michael Jackson thing would rub off on him because I was a fan since I was a kid, and it has. And now I have a grandson who just turned 13 and he's a Michael Jackson fan. So I have a
Mm,
big smile on my face right now to hear you say that. That's awesome.
yeah.
How'd you start liking Michael Jackson?
I guess I just like this like his voice is like his music. Like
Right.
I just my I think my mom showed me one of his songs or something.
Good mom
But
you got there, man.
yeah, I used
That's awesome.
yeah, because I watched his like music video when I was like young on TV.
Hmm.
I think it was like Thriller or Bad or something. So
Yeah, he was different. I mean, you'd know right away. When you watch a guy like that, you would know right away that dude is different, man.
yeah,
Okay. You have a favorite restaurant?
the restaurant. I guess PF Chang's.
Okay, that's a good one. Um, how about do you have an all-time favorite movie? Is there a movie you like?
Ooh, I like the Adams Family.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
All right. Let's see if we could go down a different path here. Okay. When you're getting away from school, from track and field, from kind of like the grinds, the stuff that you have to do, your responsibilities. What do you like to do to kind of wind down and relax, to have a little bit of fun?
I like to I like to play the drums.
Oh, you do? Okay.
hmm And because I got a little electric drum set at my house, so
No, that's good. That's a really nice way to wind down. That's for sure.
yeah.
Celebrity crush.
Ooh, celebrity crush. Um, Coco Jones.
Okay. All right. You said that without much hesitation.
Yeah.
Let me find two more for you. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite teacher at school? Is there a teacher that you really like a lot? You like being in his or her class?
I like Mr. Tate.
Mr. Tate.
Yeah, he's like the band teacher or like the band director teacher, and he like
Okay.
teaches like yeah,
Did you
like
have?
all of the
Does
band.
he have music though? Did you have a music class? Is that how you have him?
Yeah, I'm in his percussion class.
Okay. All right. So you are a drummer then, right?
Yeah,
Okay, that's wonderful. All right. You have a bucket list item. You know what I mean by that?
bucket list.
Something you've never done before that one of these days, whether it's next week, next month, 10 years from now, you want to do. Like for some people, it's jump out of an airplane. That's not mine, but is there something that you want to do someday that you just, before everything's said and done, you want to accomplish this?
I guess go to Japan and like meet a samurai or something.
That, that's a great bucket list item, Gabe.
Yeah,
Okay, last one. Do you like sweets at all? Do you like
I
sweets?
love sweets.
Okay, then this is a two-part question. Favorite candy?
Ooh, candy. Banana Laffy Taffy,
Oh wow. All right. And how about favorite dessert?
brownie sundae.
All right. Well done. Ding 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 ding. I was keeping it light with Gabe Scott. You did a great job. And the last thing we're going to do is ask you if you have any shout outs. I know we have a lot of people. We have almost 200 people watching this, just so you know. That's a
Oh,
lot.
okay.
Okay. That's a good
Yeah.
number. So people that you know are out there, whether it's your mom, your dad, your friends, your other relatives, you want to say hello to anybody?
Um, my mom, of course, my dad, my trainer. I guess my other trainer who trains me at track. I go down to him down there. Well, he's in Maryland. I want to shout out him. I want to shout out my other friend Adrian, and then my sister too, Scott.
Okay. Gabe, thank you so much. It's been a
Uh,
wonderful interview. I'm so glad to have met you. I promise you I'm going to come out and watch you compete during this spring high school season. You can count on that. And I mean, I'm excited for it. And I'm excited for you. We chose the right person to have on this show. We got fortunate to have a chance to get to know you better. And I'm sure that the folks at home agree with me. So thanks very much. We're just going to thank the sponsors one more time, and then I'll let you get back to whatever you're doing at home there. We're going to thank Rickaba's Electric, Payer Apparel, Ted's Bar and Grill, Freedom Financial Wealth Management, the Tire Mart, Team PA AAU Basketball, Tonino's Pizza, American Legion Post 272, Hoffman Ford, Capital Region Insurance Agency, Modern Imprint, Sam Hartley Decking, Crystal Bob at Howard Hanna Real Estate, and Underdog Sports Bar and Grill. Once again, it's 8 o'clock. We're going to do our trivia show tonight. So go get yourself a drink or whatever you do for about 25 minutes and come on back, folks, and watch that. Gabe Scott, thank you very much. Central Dauphin, class of 2025, world-class sprinter. Congratulations on your selection. You're going to Mississippi State. We're really happy about that, and we appreciate you joining us.
okay, thank you.
Have a great evening.
You too.
Take care.